guys, this is Solo here. Solo has not one but two built-in computers. They're 1 gigahertz Linux computers, and they work in tandem, and they also work with the gimbal and the autopilot to create just really incredible flight scripting abilities. So you can create real shots in real time. Solo is all about getting great shots. It's not about flying the drone at all. It's about creating. It's about being able to see cinema, see stories, and tell them as easily with the push of a button as you can. Anyone from day one. So yeah, one of these, the automatic shots are called smart shots, right? And one of them is called cable cam. And that's pretty self-explanatory. We've all seen cable cam in NFL games, correct? Right? So cable cam, it sets up cable, a straight line, a virtual line between any 2 points in space. Solo memorizes it. So you can think of it in two ways. You can think of it as points in space and a cable, right? Solo is locked to that cable. It won't deviate. You're free to move the camera as much as you want to, whatever. Or you can think of it instead of that, think of it in terms of storytelling. Think of it in terms of a scene. So you set that first keyframe, press A, Solo memorizes your camera position exactly, GPS, camera tilt, everything. Then you fly in any path you want to the second frame, right? And say, all right, so I want to set this up as my second frame. This is where I want my story to end. Press B, so now you've got the beginning of your story, you've got the end of your story, and you are right on that cable telling the story in between. Or you just press play, Solo films the whole thing for you, easing out of both shots, no hard stops, no hard finishes, just with the push of a button. Yeah, it does all the camera work for you, does all the flying for you, and you just made a scene. You know?
It's effectively a motion control system.
Yeah, it's absolutely motion control or spatial memory, right? And it can do it in a way that a human pilot, and I hate to say this because I'm such a humanist, but like it can do it in a way a human pilot just can't do it because it can adjust these algorithms in real time. You know, you got to adjust for wind, you got to react to it. Your fingers are fallible, you know, your thumbs are fallible as awesome as they are. This takes your thumbs out of it, you know? It's all computerized, it's all smooth and easy. No fuss, no muss, aerial cinematography.
Sure. So tell us about the flight simulator. I think that's a cool idea.
Oh man, it's really cool. Yes, we got a bunch of these built-in safety features. The flight simulator is one of them. We have it right here. You can learn how to fly before you fly. So the first time you're flying, you're not flying your Solo into a tree. You know, once you get off the ground, you can get the feel of the sticks of how it responds. Oh, when I press it this way, it goes this way. If you turn the copter around, the controls invert because you're facing, and it's hard to figure that out. But when you're working on a simulator, you can practice that stuff without risking a $1,000 investment, right? Then, once you get Solo up and off the ground, we've got another built-in feature called pause here. So if you do get turned around, if you're drifting towards a building, you don't know which way to press on the controller, you're like, oh man, I don't know, I want to crash into the building, it's going to destroy the copter. You hit pause, Solo stops itself automatically, hovers right where it is, doesn't do a thing until you get confident again and you're able to take it back. And if you want to, you can just press home. Like, I'm not confident at all, I need to just take a minute. It comes back home, lands itself right where it took off. The flight simulator, right, is going to be an app-based simulator. So it's our simulator, it's our app, and yeah, it's going to be, you can do it in the app just like, you know, like you would normally.
Through the controller.
Yeah, through the controller, pretty cool, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, it's almost just like, you know, that's like the game. Like, people will be on like airplanes just like flying Solo, you know? Yeah. We worked with GoPro. It's pretty cool. So we have this gimbal, right? And it's the only gimbal that has full access to all of the GoPro controls, right? We're the only company, the only drone that can do this. You can stop and start recording when your GoPro in the air, so when you come back down, you don't have 10, 20 minutes of footage that you have to sift through. It's like, man, I had this really great 10-second shot, and I gotta filter all this stuff out. It's fat-free footage, you know? It's like 10 seconds. This is what I wanted. This is what I recorded. You can also snap photos, so you don't have to set the GoPro to, you know, take the time lapse and just pick the photos you like. You can choose when you want to take a photo. You can also access the settings of the GoPro, so you can adjust, you know, frames per second that you're shooting at. You can adjust your field of view. You can adjust white balance, aspect ratio, whatever you want to do in real time, not through the GoPro app, but through our app and through our gimbal. One workflow. It also pulls the GoPro footage, right, HD. So we're also the only drone, because of our gimbal, that can deliver wireless HD feed live from the GoPro to your smartphone screen, 720 FPS or 720p, right? Totally wireless, completely wireless, only drone that can do it, half a mile away. Aerial technology and camera technology seem to be on like these converging courses, right? And that's really cool for us. So I'll just speak to like what we do with aerial photography and aerial video, right? So as the cameras, like GoPro, they get better and better. I mean, like the Hero 4 Black came out, and we're like, oh man, you're shooting in 4K, you know, it's really phenomenal. And now Solo can shoot in 4K because of camera technology, right? So as the cameras get better and they get lighter, your copter can do more. And that's what's really cool about Solo is like as GoPro gets better, your solo gets better. It doesn't have an integrated camera like other drone companies might offer you, right? So you have to go out and buy a whole new drone for a better camera. You just buy the new GoPro. You don't have to buy a new solo, right? Also, secondly, about aerial video, our gimbal bay is open. So right now it's optimized for GoPro. Our gimbal, again, we worked with GoPro, the optimal GoPro gimbal. But if you want to have, like, say, fly a Blackmagic, right, or fly like a smaller other action camera, right? Other companies are free to make those gimbals. They are free to make them for solo, free to integrate them, free to access all of this technology, both as well as computers, everything that you want with whatever camera you want. You can build on our platform, and then all of a sudden, instead of you want to fly Blackmagic, you don't buy solo Blackmagic. You just buy the Blackmagic gimbal. This is a platform. It's just value keeps increasing as people keep innovating. So yeah, totally. The video technology, aerial technology, they're hand in hand, walking down the aisle, right?